What's up, sports fans? I'm Rene Garza Jr.
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
And welcome to another episode of Tailgate 956, a sports show that covers sports across the Valley and the Lone Star State. Now, before we begin today's exciting sports show, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. Find Apogee Comics all throughout social media and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville.
Yes, sir.
My brother.
Great. It's going to be a great week.
Oh, yeah, great. How many days till kickoff? Oh, wait. It already started. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Great way to start the season.
Oh, yeah. No, but before we get to those festivities, let's go to the dugout and talk about the Houston Astros.
Yeah, Astros. I mean, hey,
Freddie, man.
They're still on top. They're doing great.
Yeah.
They had a tough game last game, man.
That was a hard watch.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. But still, we're still,
It's on top. Number one.
Still standing. Still number one. That 6-12 loss was hard. But you know what? Yeah. I've been seeing these kind of struggles happen to Justin Verlander. The GOAT, as some of us Astro fans like to call him. But these last 5 times, if you want to count them, that he's been at the mound, it's been a rough watch, especially with yesterday, like 8 runs, I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether it's an injury or he's still not fully recovered, but it's been a rough patch as of late.
We were talking about some players maybe being a little bit overworked. Do you think it could be that?
But the thing is that he had a lot of time to recover, and I feel that maybe he still needs a couple more time, a couple more, months, or not months, I guess, because the March to October's like what, 2 weeks away already.
Maybe give him a chance to cook it until playoffs.
Maybe a couple of games. Yeah, bench him, send him a couple of weeks. Put Ronel Blanco back. Although I feel like we were saying earlier, Ronel Blanco, from the time that he started up till now that they have him in rotation, it's been rough with him as well. But he still performs. He still goes out there and
I mean, he was performing really well. It shocked me. I saw it, and I know you talked about it at the beginning, but I concurred with you during the season when I would see him pitch. He was just doing really great.
Really great. Yeah. He's been doing it with Framer as well, along with Hunter Brown, who've been phenomenal. Who've been a total changer on me. I can eat crow, as they say.
Yeah.
With Framer, I wasn't a big fan of his, and now when I find out he's pitching, I'm like, all right, let's go. We're probably getting the win here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But with the addition of Kikuchi, maybe this is time, to maybe, bench Verlander for right now. Maybe have him go, with the Space City Cowboys or Hook, just to recover. Maybe just to get back in the groove of things, how things were. I know right now times are, of the essence. Each game counts. So there's 19 games left in the regular season.
Correct.
And each game's important. I know tomorrow they go up against the Oakland A's or the Las Vegas A's or the Citless A's. A team with no city.
Those A's.
Yeah. And when we faced them last time was in June, we had a rough patch. I don't know why. It's that when teams at the lower rank we struggle. I guess that's a case with every other baseball team. But hopefully, starting tomorrow, depending, I feel with the momentum, because it was a totally different team then, how they are now, I'm feeling we might sweep. I'm thinking sweep. Bust out the brooms, fans.
Let's hope sweep. Yeah. Let's hope good, because it's going to be something they're going to need, because apart from everything else, it's getting close to the end and getting closer to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Like you said, these games are crucial. And not only that, I do believe the Astros, if anybody can verify, they have a harder, a tougher set of games than a lot of other teams in there.
Yeah. No, left. They do. We have who we're facing off against. After the A's, yeah, we go up against the Angels. But the Padres have been real hot. The Mariners, they've been on the rise. They've been kind of like, eh. But so far, the teams that we've been facing, the rough teams that we've been facing, has been great. The Phillies, I don't know what happened. Now, as I mentioned in our soundbite, by the way, we're on TikTok now. Follow us, Tailgate 956 on TikTok. Get the latest news and sport news on bites.
Get those little bites.
Yeah, little bites and a little plug-in right now. But yeah, no, as I was saying on our sports bite, that for some reason, those weren't the Astros that we know. They just completely fell apart. But then we ended up picking up on business against the Royals, which we swept, which was phenomenally awesome. But then, for some odd reason, we ended up getting our butts kicked and swept. That happiness quickly went away when we went up against the Reds.
Yeah.
We got I honestly thought that we were going to probably win the series, maybe not win the game. But that was just me being an overconfident Astros fan. Yeah, as you can tell, overconfident Astros fan.
But I agree with you. I think a lot of people were kind of blindsided on that.
Yeah. And this Diamondbacks game, which was great, like the first two games were awesome. It was 8-0, then 11-5. But yesterday's game, oh man, that was rough. That was rough. And I stood to the very end, hoping during that ninth inning, hoping that hope was there, like
something was gonna happen.
Out of nowhere, they'll just get angry to start, they figured it. They figured the pitching out and just started, knocking them out. But no, it went to 12. 6-12. Well, we caught up halfway. That's the case. But the one who I feel that lost that for us was Verlander. And once again, we go back to how I started this. Verlander, I feel that he needs maybe go back a couple of games to the minors. Get his groove back. Get that, the way we know. Because, like, postseason, like, man. I don't think I don't think the Astros should use him or until maybe he gets something going.
He's not performing at that level.
No, he's not. And these games are crucial. And if making it to the postseason is important for the team.
If we can win a game and we just lose it for a simple mistake like that, it's something that is not gonna be that we cannot allow. In other words,
like that's the thing that we dominated the first two games against the Diamondbacks. This last game, what happened?
What's going on?
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened? You know what I mean? Why didn't you take him out earlier? That's what I wanted to know too. But that's the past. Okay, time to move forward and rethink how the Astros should use Verlander, or should they use him at all? But I think they should put Ronel Blanco back in the rotation, and let's get these last 19 games. Let's get some wins. I mean, let's get the win Stros.
It stinks that it had to be Tucker's reunion, but nonetheless, we're seeing good things from him, and hopefully we continue to go ahead and see. I mean, he's coming back from not playing, so you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, Kyle Tucker. Oh yeah, no, that was great. The King is back, even though he was hit by pitch at his first time at that. Hey, but either way, he made the base.
And that wasn't on purpose.
That wasn't on purpose, or maybe it was.
I wonder.
Yeah, back from a leg injury, and they're trying to give him another one. Ain't that a
wow?
But either way, he's back, so that might help us a lot more. Although after that, the debacle that he sat out Saturday's game, he did play yesterday's game, and at time that back he had one RBI. It's all right. He's still coming back. That's excusable.
Hey, excusable. You gotta let him cook.
Yeah. You gotta let him stretch out, because he hadn't played since June 3rd. June 3rd, and that's another thing when it comes to the injury. Why keep it under lock and key?
Yeah,
why have the secrecy? Why have the red tape?
I mean, we kind of figured, like you said,
even I had said, I'm all like, this sounds like it's more than just, a sprain. No, this sounds more like a hairline fracture type of thing.
Yeah, something a little bit more serious.
That ball hit him pretty hard. I'm thinking it might have fractured him.
Unfortunately, it was, good thing is that he's back. And
he's back, yeah. He's back, and hopefully he starts cooking.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's for definitely for sure.
It's gonna be something that we can go ahead and use. That's what's gonna need him.
Mm-hmm. And hey, I think they're going to use Yusei Kikuchi more. That was a great pick. That was a great trade. You know, hopefully they might make him a good tender offer once the season's over. I feel that they should.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. At the end of the season, they should really just think about it.
And give him a good contract. Give him a good contract. He deserves it because the times that he's pitched, the Astros have won, and they won like best. But hopefully, this upcoming series tomorrow with the Oakland A's, the Cityless A's, Las Vegas A's, whatever city they belong to, the A's, we dominate and we sweep them.
It's gonna be a necessary set of wins, and it's something that will help a lot.
Yeah, but either way, the way it's looking, we're going into the playoff picture. We're 4 games ahead. Let's go back to 6 games.
We have
the advantage right now. But hey, in baseball, that's the beauty of baseball. One play, something can cost us everything. And come on, Astros. You know let's pick speed up. Let's win. Let's win this.
On a little side note, we got our other Texas team 7 games behind.
Oh, the Rangers.
Rangers are now 7. Yeah, they're getting back up. I think that's a good call. That I think it's going to be another Texas showdown maybe this year.
It's looking like that. It's looking like it's going to be another Texas showdown. It might go down to the button between the Mariners and Rangers, and honestly hope, just for rivalry's sake, to show who's the best in Texas. Because honestly, like I expected the other way around. I honestly thought the Rangers were going to be on top.
Exactly,
honestly.
Considering that they were the World Series champs.
Last year's champ. But for some odd reason, they just fell apart this whole season. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, they're playing catch up right now, which is not a good thing to do this close to the end of the season.
Yeah, they have these 19 games, the most important ones.
Nonetheless, they're 7 games behind. 3 behind the Mariners, 7 behind the Astros.
Mm-hmm. And looks like they're going to stay in our rearview mirror.
Messiah will want to be it.
But if it goes down to a face-off between us and the Rangers, bring it on, because hey, that was a Texas World Series right there.
That's what I was gonna say. That was the World Series to me, because what was the World Series?
Yeah.
That disappointment. That was what it was. I mean, sorry. This is no offense.
No offense to the Rangers fans out there, but Astros fans, it was disappointing. But either way, though, 4 games ahead. Let's hope for the best for both teams.
Yeah.
Let's bring Texas back on top.
Yes,
where they're at.
Definitely, we need. Yeah, that'll be a good win, man.
Definitely a great win. Great win. Now, my brother.
Ooh.
Should I do a song? Football is back, baby.
I can smell the pigskin.
Oh, yeah, the pigskin. Oh, the gridiron. Indeed. And now there's no rumors of who's traded and who's who and how this team's going to win.
Well, I mean, that's still going to probably go on, but right now, at least it's settled.
Oh, yeah. Some of it's settled now. Yeah.
At least for the most part, settled down. Yeah.
The Houston Texans, my brother. Houston Texans.
Great win.
Oh.
CJ performed really good. Mm-hmm. A kind of a slow start at the beginning that I saw, but nonetheless, he got there, and he did some great throws to Diggs. And who was it that made that awesome great catch? Collins.
Yes, Collins. Honestly, it was an edge of a seat game.
Yes.
Turf, because I don't know what was up with turf and people slipping this Sunday. The turf, I guess turf doesn't like the NFL. But despite that, though, C.J. Stroud 234 passing yards.
Yes,
that was amazing. Mixon, my boy Mixon, 159 yards rushed, 30 carries, dominating. Same thing with the receiving yards with Collins, 117.
Man, ridiculous. Mm-hmm. I mean, Diggs did really good on the point, but I will say, and so did CJ. Don't get me wrong, but Mixon, man, he just pounded that man. He just pounded his way in there, and I mean, they could have stopped the run. They could not stop the run. They didn't have an answer for the run.
No.
I mean, it was a close game. Don't get me wrong, but nonetheless, the defense did not have anything, or they didn't have an answer for Mixon.
No, along with the touchdown by Diggs.
Yes, that was a great needed touchdown at that point. Yeah, and man, Diggs he kept the hold of that ball. I mean, of course, what do we expect from? I mean, the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, we expect nothing less.
So you can say he's happier being in Houston than in Buffalo.
Well, I was over here. He was like having problems with, I guess, the city traffic, but nonetheless, I guess in the field there's not the same problem.
He loves Houston, but not the traffic.
Yeah,
don't we all?
That traffic takes out the Houston in all of us.
Yeah, that's because we live here.
Yeah, I mean,
we live here now too, but yeah.
Correct. I mean, yeah, I'll tell him, man, move out on the outskirts, man. Maybe keep it on the outskirts.
Yeah, or travel. He'll get the idea of how to travel.
Yeah, exactly. But nonetheless, I mean, I didn't see no problems in the field.
No,
he looked happy. He looked content. He's getting the ball. He had really good throws at him. He did good. I mean, I think CJ overall, the passing game was there. I mean, of course, 29 points put up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? Definitely. Although I feel that the offensive line needs to tighten it up more. Needs to tighten up and protect CJ, because what I seen yesterday, it was they fell apart a lot of the times.
A lot of penetration.
Yeah, a lot of penetration.
By the defense. Yeah. Yes, I saw a lot of penetration by the defense. They need to make sure that they protect their quarterback and Mixon too, man.
Yeah,
because I will say, Pierce, I'm sorry, but he does not look as good as he was last year, at least the beginning. Mixon. Good thing they have him. Yeah. Great guy. He's good, but they cannot afford for him to get injured.
No. Especially this early on in the season.
Exactly.
The first game, but it was
exactly
those slipping had me worried too. I'm like, oh man, someone's gonna slip. Someone's gonna twist an ankle. Someone's gonna land something wrong.
There was a couple of scares. One of them was that touchdown by Diggs in the end zone, the first one. That kind of flipped. But nonetheless, he looked like he slipped on the turf, and I was like, that didn't look too good. But nonetheless, it was nothing.
Yeah. No, it was great. But amazing first game for the Houston Texans, because they had a lot to prove with a new team. A lot of rushing did a lot of the job, but I'm hoping that this next game with the Chicago Bears
against the Bears,
apparently they have a dominating defense because they won their game, but that remains to be seen if Texans offense can dominate that defense.
Well, they didn't have a scoring offensive touchdown. It was on defense.
It was on defense, yeah. So all those with fantasy football, if you pick the Bears defense, you're smiling right now.
Yeah, you're smiling. They had a great game. Nonetheless, they have a great game. They had a great game, yeah. I mean, Bears always focus on defense. They always focus on defense. So, I mean, it will be a good test for them.
Yeah.
They'll be good. I mean, it's going to be a good test. What do you think about the Houston Texans defense, though? How they performed?
They need to tighten up a little bit more. I felt that the game was way too close than it should have been.
I agree.
Yeah, they need to tighten up that defense a little bit better.
Do you think it was just? That's what I was gonna. I guess that was the question that I was going for. Do you think it was Richardson? Because I mean, he did perform really well. Nonetheless, he did perform really good.
I'll give him the Colts. The QB was good. It was good.
Yeah,
that amazing like that with the Hail Mary pass they had going. Yes. Dominated. That was great. That was great. Although Stingley Jr. was on him like, oof. Yeah, he was on.
No. Yes. Nonetheless, he had pressure on
him. He did have pressure.
I think that was the most thing I think that's what amazed me the most.
Yeah,
that he with pressure he still made like those kind of throws that he did.
Yeah, definitely.
So nonetheless, I mean, I think Richardson is a great upcoming quarterback. They need to give him weapons. I mean, he does have he does have a couple of weapons that he can use, but I mean, they got to give him more. Yeah. I mean, one of them starting the running back.
Yeah,
I think the running game. That's one thing that the defense did really good. They stopped the run.
Yeah,
You had
definitely,
control of the run. I
definitely.
think the deep threats is where Richardson was the one that got your secondary
Yeah,
of the Texans, or secondary,
yeah,
and I think that's what I think Texans need to tighten up on their safety and corners.
yeah, yeah. And honestly, I feel the same thing too. I honestly like that defense. I agree with you. It needs to tighten up a little bit better. It needs to improve a lot more because like that. Who knows? Maybe the Bears offense had a rough start this past Sunday. It might pick up this other game, and we can't let that happen. We cannot let them beat this Texans team that's been working nonstop this whole summer, forming up a brand new solid team, and to be beaten by them.
Yeah, and I think that in not only the Bears game, but in future games, Texans need to go ahead and the Texas defense needs to be able to stop a team, whatever means necessary, to allow the offense to be able to win games too.
Mhm.
Because in this close of a game, I mean, yeah, the offense can be doing his job, but if the defense can't stop them,
Yeah,
you know, one simple mistake could make a big difference. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And that
definitely.
puts more pressure on well, not a rookie quarterback, but nonetheless, I mean, he's fairly new. Even quarterbacks that are veteran make mistakes. You know, or something. A fumble could happen. Anything can happen in the last minute, and that could be a game changer in the offense. And because the defense didn't allow for at least a little bit of room
Mhm.
for that, I mean, that's what I think that's a big issue.
Yeah,
I think the opposite is what I'm talking about. What that happened with the Cowboys last season,
yeah.
last year. Our defense was going up, but our
Our
offense
offense
wasn't
was
doing
doing
anything.
anything. Yeah,
So the
yeah,
Cowboys offense will, because they were not doing anything. Defense got tired, and it opened up the defense to a lot more being scored on more,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
being scored
Definitely,
on more. So I think that I guess that's what I think that the Texans should watch out for,
definitely, definitely.
to be able to stop.
But overall, like I feel happy the way they played. Besides, despite the little hiccups that they had, I expect them to dominate the Bears.
To get better.
Yeah, yeah,
They'll just move
yeah.
forward and get better.
Move forward to get better. It's gonna probably be maybe close to
Improve.
the grid iron. Hopefully the offensive line can overcome this Bears defense. There, Chicago's known to be the monsters of Midway for a reason. They got that name for a reason.
Yeah,
It's like you said, their main
they
focus has
always
always
focus
been
on defense.
defense. So it's gonna be a good one.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's gonna be a good one.
I call a big sweep over. Or Texans got this.
The Texans-
I do feel that it's gonna be a 2 digit, at least 2 digit win over the Bears. I believe the Texans got
Oh
it.
no, I agree with you there. Yeah.
I do believe even the defense in our part. I believe they can get it done with their offense, and by far our Texans offense has got it with defense. I mean they're good. Let's see what happens. I mean
Yeah.
you can say one thing and something else happens. You know what I mean? But I do believe by the performance that we saw, I think that a double digit win by the Texans is bound to happen.
I agree with you on that. Double digit, yeah. But like I said, like the defense is probably the one that's gonna be pretty much almost overwhelming them when it comes to the offense. So as they score. But I feel that they should tighten it up, protect CJ,
Definitely.
and just dominate.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's gonna their defense is gonna be a little concrete step
Mhm.
on the Texans' offense, moving up to improve on their performance.
Yeah.
I believe it's just gonna be a stepping stone for them.
It's a test of skills, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a test of skills.
I mean, and on top of that, one thing that you do get from wins, no matter what, is momentum. Momentum. You feel good, you go good to the next game, and a win's always better than a loss.
Talk about momentum though, but this game, yesterday,
Yeah.
sucked the air right out of the room each play. Each time Texans scored or was close to the red zone,
Yes.
sucked the air out of the room because they just went dead silent.
I will say I don't think none of them could catch up on the momentum, because
No.
one caught up,
Yeah,
the other one got there. Like every time one of them got momentum, the other one scored. It
I
was
was
a
at
very
the edge of my
back.
seat. I was at the edge of my seat that
Yeah.
whole game. I'm like, come on, guys, come on. Don't leave us hanging like this. Come on. Bang. Definitely. 29-27. That was
Collins that catch and throw. I mean, they were both good.
Mm-hmm.
I think to get that first down was a big factor. It was a big factor.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big factor, and that's what helped them, I think, win at the end too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
It really did help them. That catch was a much needed catch and a great situation, and right when they needed it.
Definitely when they needed it. Yep.
Yeah, phenomenal catch with that knee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh man! But speaking of phenomenal,
oh man,
how about them Cowboys, brother?
See, what I understand is where are all them haters? Where are all them haters?
Crickets. That's all you hear is crickets.
I know. No. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Everybody was like, "Oh, the Browns are gonna beat the Cowboys. The Browns got the Cowboys." Now that they beat them, oh, it's because they didn't have their 2 tackles. They didn't have their running back, and I don't know what and everything. And now they're making excuses for that. And not only that, I barely even hear any highlights of the Cowboys who win.
Yeah,
that should have been because they were the underdogs according to everybody. Everybody said that they were like gonna lose, so they're gonna lose. I mean, they're the underdogs, and man, I just gotta say, performance by far. I mean, I'm a fan of the Cowboys, but boy. That and then against the Browns, because even I thought it was going to be a close game, and even a loss. In my point of view, I'm going to be honest as a fan, and I think I even said it. Yeah, I think we got a loss on the against the Browns, because they are coming in as a number 1 defense from last year, going against our offense that kind of took a hit. And our defense for the most part stayed the same. Added a new crucial players, by far great additions by far. Our offense did great. I mean, of course, I didn't see anything. Zeke out there hurling out there in the first play.
Zeke, baby, is bad.
You gotta feed that Zeke, man. What? I mean, for all those people that were all saying, "Oh, Zeke," but you see, that's why I love. And then the spirits that he brings. But, I mean, in all shortness, Dak did his job. Yeah, he had a couple of bad throws. He had almost 2 picks. That they weren't.
Dak almost decked.
Dak being Dak. I mean, of course, he started off really good, and then he was like, "Oh, dude, come on, don't give him a chance." Yeah. But nonetheless, he did a great throw by CD at the beginning of the game. Better catch, to be honest. CD right there at the edge of the sideline. Great catch. I mean, CD was just doing great. Our running game was good. Our offensive line, great. B did good. I mean, he as a center, I expected mistakes to be made, hiccups to have happened by cadence, especially how Dak goes and does a lot of cadence. I expected some hiccups. Actually, there was no hiccups by the line. No. There was no hiccups by him or the line at all. It actually went really smooth. The line, I didn't even notice the difference on the cadence or anything that happened. There was no false start. At least that I remember. Actually, I think Browns had a false start, but not us. So I honestly, great job by offensive line. Great blocks. It was good. It gave the running game what it needed. It gave Dak the time that he needed. As far as the offense, they did their job. At least they went out there and did what they needed to do. Yeah. Our defense just looked beautiful.
Michael Parsons, dude. You cannot stop that guy, dude. They're like that. He was being like double team. Still found his way to destroy Watson.
And that Watson slipped out of his fingertips 3 times.
It still found a way to take him down.
3 times. I mean, that's that he. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's the biggest. If I have a disappointment for the defense, which is not even a disappointment, it's the lack of opportunities that were there. I mean, it was still positive things. For the defense that they still got downs and whatever or negative yardage. Yeah. But I think there was a total of 6 missed sacks.
Yeah.
3 by Parson, and overall defense, 3 more.
Yeah.
And 4 picks. 2 of them by our new corner, our new corner that oh my god, he also played amazingly. Let me go ahead and I'm right now I'm thinking about his name. I forgot his name, but
he's that new, ladies and gentlemen.
yes, yeah. I mean, honestly, he just did good. Moving on though, but either way, our defense just did phenomenally. I mean, he did great. He did awesome. Michael Parsons was just all over the field.
Fire. Yeah, he was on fire. Yeah.
And Lawrence also at the end, he helped him out on the other side when Michael Parsons kept him contained. As you can tell, a lot of one of the questions that I think was a lot of that I saw put was, why didn't Michael Parsons penetrate or go after the quarterback as much, Watson as much? And I felt because he was a runner. Because Watson's a running quarterback.
Yeah,
I know with his injuries and everything, he was probably not considered a running quarterback.
Yeah,
but nonetheless, I mean, look at how he scrambled and he got some yardage on foot.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't get as many. I would like to thank the defense, the Cowboys defense, for him not getting the yards that he should have gotten. He got a lot less, but nonetheless, he what's it called? Like he should have gotten a lot more. He ran pretty good for a quarterback.
Yeah.
Going back, Carson.
Carson. That's his name.
Man, 2 picks himself. Four of those picks that should have happened, 2 of them belonged to him. Whoa. And he almost had it, man. He honestly, and he was put in with the task to stay with Cooper. He was tasked. Yeah. I was surprised at that. I was like, why did they put the rookie Carson with Cooper? Cooper, I mean, Cooper I consider an elite receiver, and not Diggs, because Diggs was out there. That surprised me, but nonetheless, I mean, Carson did his job. 2 picks could have came out of that. More also on other sides, and that pick by Diggs, of course.
Yeah. Yes. Both big brothers.
Yeah, man.
Dominated on both teams.
He's like, here we go again.
Yeah, woo. I'm glad he's back. Hopefully, there's no injuries when it comes to Diggs. That's one thing I'm worried about too.
Yes, I do. I honestly do hope that there's no injuries. Unfortunately, Bland is. We do miss him. I mean, he could have imagined with him even more dominating. My goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But nonetheless, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see how they add Bland to the mix, and when he's healthy and ready to come. I mean, honestly, we want you back, but rest as much as you can so you can go ahead and get it. Kendricks with the other interception. And just Kendricks did great. Kendricks did overshown also. Man, I can't name. I mean, I would have to name the whole defense. I mean, Jesus Christ, Jesus, man, like the whole defense just blew my mind. Honestly, they couldn't have played better. And as a fan, I was realistic as what could have happened. They what's it called? How do I put it? Like overlit the shadow that I thought that they were gonna be. Like honestly, they overlit it completely.
Yeah, that's funny. And although Jake Ferguson was one that
unfortunately Ferguson, that was right now they have him as a week-to-week basis. If he's gonna play, I really wouldn't like for him to play the next game. We need him, yes, but I would rather him rest. But as of right now, they do not have him that he's not gonna play. And they just keep on saying week-to-week basis. So
I feel they'll probably sit him out for this next game.
Yeah, they should. They really should. At least for a little bit.
Although New Orleans, they destroyed the Panthers. So they might pose a threat.
Look, I think for the Saints, what we need to do is the same thing that we did with the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
We need to contain and put pressure the way they did, because I'm gonna be honest with you, Wentz is the threat,
Mm-hmm.
and what kind of a threat? Deep threats.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to put pressure on him not to be able to make those deep threats. But honestly, having Diggs and man, this boy Carson,
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm honestly,
I'm excited too.
I'm actually excited to just contain him and let him throw the ball and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm that excited for the defense to see them play this weekend. I honestly, for that same fact, I think Derek Carr is gonna be a really good test for our defense.
Yes, it is.
It's gonna be
definitely.
I really don't feel like there'll be a complete overall test.
Mm-hmm.
To our overall team. I do consider them a threat.
Mm-hmm.
I do think the Saints. I don't think they're any underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm excited to see what our defense has for Derek Carr.
Yeah.
This Sunday.
I agree.
Honestly, the test that I am looking forward to, and we go back to doing the same thing again on week 3.
Yeah.
Is the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think Cowboys beating the Ravens is a must, because. But then again, I don't even know, because look at what they said about the Browns. Look at what the Browns were going to beat the Cowboys. That they have it, and we beat the Browns, and then now they're making excuses for them and whatever, looking for a way out. I do believe if we beat the Ravens, I think everybody will go ahead and take the Cowboys a little bit more seriously.
Yeah.
I think they'll take them a lot more seriously, especially because they're talking about the Ravens being this good and this, that they should have won the Chiefs game. A lot of things.
A lot of
And Lamar Jackson, with this and that, So I mean, honestly, them beating them, I think is going to be our test, and something we need to do.
Yeah,
something that needs to happen. I mean, if we lose, at least hey, I want to go fighting.
Mm-hmm.
At least a fight, at least a good game.
Yeah.
And nonetheless,
go down to the button. Kind of like a Texans with the Colts this past Sunday, like down to the T. It went down to the T.
Yes, but honestly, I think that's gonna be a real test. Mm-hmm. So honestly, we need to win. We need to beat the Saints and definitely beat the Ravens. Mm-hmm. After that, it'll kind of show off. After that, because I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't get easier for the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, week 4 we have the Giants, but they're in our division, so that's a division rivalry.
Oh, the Giants. Yeah.
It's funny, but since they play us all the time, it's our kind of our kryptonite. Yeah. They know the ins and outs of the Cowboys, but of course the Cowboys in turn the Giants. Of course, like you said, I'm sorry, like, I don't want to say they're not a threat, but I think I'll be watching that game a little bit more calmly.
Yeah. Well, let me say this. It's kind of like, once again, going back to the baseball thing. The weakest teams are always the ones that have nowhere just like destroy our regular team.
Yes.
Yeah, because like I said earlier with the Astros and the A's, which we would have swept and we lost 2 out of those 3 games.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you.
It's always the team that you expect.
Yeah. Although I agree with you, yes, it might be a little bit more calmly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of low. Whoa, wait, how many yards was that? It's first down. I thought it was second down already. Like what?
What's going on?
What's going on? Like, field goal, guys. Come on, they just don't let them.
And that's going. I mean, they need to go in every game like it's a win. Like it needs to be a win.
It needs to be a win.
It's not a sure win.
It's a must win.
It's a must win, not a sure win, and not go overconfident.
And especially what the next 17 weeks now left, I feel that each game in the NFL is a must win.
Well, right now,
every game I feel is a must win.
You want to go in. I mean, the best feeling is you go 10-0.
Yeah,
and you practically don't have to worry about being in the playoffs, because on average 9 to 10 games gets you in the playoffs.
Yeah,
on average to be like, usually that gets you in the playoffs. I mean, but if you go 10-0, you technically, if you win 2 more games, you for sure secure it.
It's solid,
You know what I mean? It's a solid, good. I mean, a 12-5 record is honestly a great record. I mean, usually that's what gets us the divisional win. Usually that's what gets the divisional win.
Hopefully, we get that from the Cowboys and possibly.
Hopefully. I mean, I don't know about the 10-0. Maybe the 10-5 again. Maybe I can see that. Considering how they looked, and like I said, it wasn't a brush off team.
Maybe a 10-3.
It was, yeah. I mean, something, maybe something like that. I don't know about 10-0. I mean, I would love to see that. I mean, that would be awesome. Would I love to see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they played against the Browns, and like I said, it wasn't a brush off team. It was the Browns. I mean, I can see a 12-5 season now. Now I can see a really bright light on that number. And if we do that again, we could be what's it called? For sure, playoff bound. But something that hasn't happened. A division champs again.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah. So we being division champs, nobody has been a repeat. So maybe that's something that we can go ahead and take off our list and add it to the Super Bowl on the same year. Yeah. I mean, wishful thinking, of course, but nonetheless.
But that's the thing, man. Like, for some odd reason, now that we it's a tougher watch. For some reason, I feel like they're going to be destroying the teams this season. And I'm just saying that as a Cowboys fan. But I'm just saying, they have a very tough schedule. And the difference between last year's season, where we had it made in the shade there.
Well, because the last season, what the questionable thing was that they couldn't beat a 0.5 winning team or better.
Yeah.
With a certain amount of wins more. They couldn't beat a team with a certain amount of wins more. At that time, I don't remember how many wins that was for the team. But when they finally did, they brushed it off again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say they did beat teams that were easy. They did beat teams that were easy and they have hiccups, but nonetheless, they got one or two teams that were pretty hard, difficult, and were over 0.5.
Yeah.
Of course, too. But of course, nobody wants to go ahead and talk about that.
No.
And they want to brush that off. And what adds to that fire is the playoff.
Yeah.
Playoffs add to that fuel, like it was fire, already. It makes it easier for anybody that talks bad about them.
Yeah.
But you know what? Last year. This year, I mean, going in, I was a little skeptical because of the line. A lot of new additions to the offense. All I can say is they look just as good, if not better, than last year.
Yeah.
At least the offense. The defense, I have no idea how, but they look a lot better and a lot better from last year.
Those were some monsters, bro. Those were some monsters, honestly, man.
I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited for the defense.
Yeah.
I just love seeing them play.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. Going back to preseason, and I'm enough to say that, you know what? I guess I was wrong about Trey Lance.
Well, I mean, there wasn't really. They didn't let him. I still don't feel like they let him show off a lot. The only thing is that he has not been able to beat Rush over that position.
No.
But I mean, in all honesty, did he perform well? He performed well.
Well, that last game they had, it was 5 interceptions in one game.
I mean, he did throw a little bit. I think he was just. I mean, I feel like putting him in, I mean, I guess the preseason game calling it in, but he made some good throws. He made some. I think he just needs to get out there and his instincts to work a little bit on them. I think the problem was that he was really rusted. I mean, he came from an injury. He hasn't technically been on the field or play on the field since when? For almost 2 years, maybe going on 3. Actually, probably 3, because San Francisco the year before, last year he was with the Cowboys. He did not see any field or playing time. And then this is it's almost 3 years.
And I feel that he probably still not going to get his chance, because of that contract extension that they gave Dak.
Oh yeah,
that 4-year extension.
Well, that really speaks a lot.
That speaks volumes a lot.
Yeah, I think the question will be as backup. the backup, because Rush. He's more than qualified to be our Dak's backup.
Yeah.
That he's proven time and time again.
Yes.
When we needed him, he performed. He actually kept our season alive.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Honestly, wow. Rush as a backup.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I can't say much about him in that sense, or at least negatively. But he is getting old. Time is passing. Maybe they're looking for his replacement.
Possibly.
And maybe Trey Lance could be in that position to go ahead and be his backup.
Or with this 4 years, maybe get Trey enough experience to maybe eventually step into the limelight, step into the QB position as Dak steps back. Because honestly, with this extension, I feel like Dak's going to retire as a Cowboy.
Well, I do see that after these 4 years, I was wrong already. I just honestly.
I just want to say that was my cup of coffee because that woke me up.
260 for 4 years.
That woke me up. I was like, what? Oh, don't fret it.
I still have a headache from that. Oh man, that's a whole lot of cheddar for a whole lot of nothing. But I say nothing in the sense of playoff Super Bowl wins. I think the question that comes in bounds is he already has 8 years.
Would you say that those are Tom Brady figures?
Well, he's already getting paid. Well, that's the funny thing is
because
a lot of quarterbacks that are not performing like Love. Also, Love is getting 55 a year.
Oh, okay.
I think I believe Love was getting 55 a year.
He's from what I read. I think even from what I said to you, he's the highest paid QB in NFL history.
Lamar Jackson is another one around that same 55 too.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but neither one of those has a ring.
Mm-hmm.
And
that is true. Lamar Jackson was the other highest paid quarterback, right?
Yeah, he's right now with the Ravens. Mm-hmm. He's getting paid. He's getting his money. He's getting paid. And I'm gonna be honest with you, he's the highest paid. So Brady's, I can't remember his last bit of money, but everybody's getting paid actually more than Brady.
Yeah,
he came at a wrong time.
Yeah, retired at the wrong time,
wrong period of time.
Yeah,
but nonetheless, I feel like the way I think about it is he's already had 8 years with the Cowboys.
I agree.
You add 4 more years, 4 more years. That's 12 years in total. I think everybody can do that math. I don't know do it, but I was going to go ahead. 12 years. And let's say he wins one Super Bowl. One Super Bowl.
Repeat. One
Super Bowl out of 12 years. How much did you pay him again? Like overall, 260 just this time.
And you just squeezed one Super Bowl.
I think he overall, I think it's a little bit over maybe 550 million overall so far, or 550, a little bit over, maybe a little bit over, a little bit under.
Yeah,
for one Super Bowl for 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, and that's me saying that he wins one in this next 4 years.
Yeah,
if he doesn't, that's even worse. That's even worse. I gotta say, is it worth it? That's the kind of question that comes into play when I was talking about renewing contracts about Dak. And yeah, he's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's not. And like I said, he could have probably even beat us if he would have gone with another team, any other team maybe. But the end of the tunnel, is he gonna be able to get us there?
Yeah.
If he out of the 4 years, if he gets us 2-3 rings, okay, all right, pay the guy, okay.
Starting this year,
pay him another $500,000, for all I care.
It's not counting this year, so it's like he has like another 5. Counting this year's 5.
Yeah, well, true. So then he's gonna have 13 then in the sense. That's right. He's gonna have 13. But I don't know. It's just let's keep it for this year, and I guess let's move past that amount and keep that in the back burner. The only thing that worries me now is Parsons. Because CD and that got their money.
Oh yeah, no, and for some reason that could have played a factor in the way they flowed well this past game. You see, they were on the same page.
Yeah,
they're on the same page. Michael was on fire. So there's something about this Cowboys team this season, from what I've seen. And it's only one game. I never seen. Oh, it's just the first game. Hey, it's a great foundation to set how the momentum of the season might go.
And not only that, they didn't just play whatever team.
Yeah,
they played the Browns, and like I said, we were saying they were the number one defense last year.
Yeah. Same thing with the Texans. A lot of people said that the Colts were going to dominate this Texans team, and they were going to show that the Texans, no matter who they got, that they were still going to end up losing. But you know what? C.J. Stroud and the rest of the Texans proved. Yeah,
he said that.
Yeah. And I was all like, okay, whatever.
Boy,
yeah.
You better go back with that.
Yeah. Do you not read stats or plays? That's a whole other can of worms. But anyhow, both our Texas team dominated this past Sunday. They show without a doubt that you know what, Texas is a force to be reckoned with.
I'm not gonna lie. Bright futures, bright seasons this season. Mm-hmm. Honestly, and all looking forward, both teams look like they're gonna have successful seasons this year. Total
knockouts all the way around. I feel that this next upcoming game with the Saints, like you said, it's gonna be a test. And I'm confident enough to say that the Cowboys are gonna scare Derek Carr and his serial killer look.
I mean, he's a force to be reckoned with. Derek Carr didn't have a good season last year, but the way he looked the first game,
the Saints had an amazing game.
Yeah,
I was shocked, by the beating the Panthers took.
Yes,
those were like Madden scores, honestly.
To be honest, this just intrigues me more and more to that Week 11.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Week 11.
Yeah, that's gonna be the test.
That's gonna be a great. No, I don't forget test. I don't care what happens.
A house divided.
It's gonna be a great game. A great game. Nonetheless, it's gonna be a great game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the most important thing. That game is gonna be fun because it's gonna be two elite teams going at it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be great. Mm-hmm. And nonetheless, they're both from where? Texas.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We're just built different.
Another Texas showdown, my friend. Indeed. A house divided.
That's gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be opposing, man. You're gonna see a lot of fists flying. Flying fists, not out of here. But I have HEB everywhere. Getting fajitas.
Should we play some bet? Whatever bet it was, we're going to celebrating together.
We still love each other.
Yes, we're still teaming.
It's gonna be a great weekend nonetheless. Mm-hmm. But this shows a lot. Looking forward to that week, mm-hmm. And the more successful these teams both get towards Week 11, the bigger the game's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to 10 more weeks to go. So far, yet so close.
I'm looking forward to that defense against the Texans offense. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be wow.
That's why Texans tighten up that offense.
Tighten up that line.
Because Micah is no joke.
That Micah, man.
He is no joke. He's gonna tear. He's gonna tear through. Tighten up, Texans.
Tighten up. And don't lay back on Kendricks and Overshown, man.
No.
Those boys, at least I'm talking about the middle. Man, those boys, man, I just saw that sack by Overshown towards the end.
Yeah.
I saw that you saw. I showed you the clip, right?
Yeah, you showed me.
Man, he just went straight at him.
Wow. Like a shark sniffed blood, just
like a gazelle.
Yeah. Just straight at him, dude. I don't think he saw him.
I don't think he did.
He just saw a white blur.
Wow.
That was a white blur.
That was just sack. You just saw Michael coming at him, like with him, just staying with him, and then you just see Overshown, boom.
I bet you all I heard was, huh. That's all he heard, huh.
But I think the most interesting thing about Week 11, the matchup of the century, Diggs versus Diggs. Well, I don't know. I mean, they might put Carson's, but I would love to see Diggs versus Diggs.
Brother Showdown. Yeah, definitely.
Wouldn't that be some Texas Showdown with Brother Showdown?
Oh, that's gonna. Oh.
Would it? Wow, that's gonna be
good. Hey, Tailgate fans, that's gonna be a fun game. It can't 10 weeks can't go by fast enough, and we believe it or not, we want so much football. We don't want it to go fast enough.
No, yeah, I know. we want to take it day by day, but then we can't wait for the next week.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You're like, I didn't get my fix. But that's gonna be a great matchup. I'm just excited overall for it.
Oh man! But speaking of fists flying. This upcoming weekend is finally Canelo versus Bergani.
I honestly lost track of it. I almost forgot. You reminded me.
Yeah, I just heard here and there press conferences. Things are heating up. Canelo's not happy with this guy, especially the smack that he's been talking.
I don't like a lot of smack talkers, but I mean, will I say this guy can back it up? I mean, we'll repeat his stats because last time that's what we talked about.
Yes.
I mean, he doesn't have a lot of fights. I don't know what you consider a lot of fights, though, but I don't consider them a lot of fights. 22 in total. But 17 out of those 22s were knockouts.
Yes.
KOs, man.
He's young. He's big. He has that height advantage over Canelo. But at the same time, Canelo has that speed. He does have that power. And, he has the experience. When it comes to ring IQ, I think Canelo has him beat. He hasn't beat. Yeah,
Canelo does have the veteranship, but in the opposite turn, you got a young boxer too. You got youth. He's got youth on his side. So that's another thing. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be nonetheless. I hope it's a better fight than last time than what I expect. But I do believe that this fight is gonna be good.
Yeah. What are your predictions? Going down to decision or knockout?
I'm gonna be honest. The way these guys play, the way they fight, it has to be a knockout, and they want that. They're gonna be going for a knockout. I say knockout.
Knockout by who? Canelo or Brown?
That's the question. That
would the ultimate upset happen this weekend?
Well, I do feel a little bit that Berlanga has got a bigger advantage over Canelo.
Yeah. Despite being a straight puncher, Canelo does have a problem with guys bigger than him. But he has his method and IQ that I could think pretty much break him down, wear him down, gas him out, and pretty much dominate my match. My money's on Canelo. My money's on the champ.
Canelo. Yeah, I mean, nonetheless, it's going to be a great fight, I see. But I do think that he's a great opponent.
I'm thinking probably a knockout, maybe during the 8th, 11th round, between those rounds.
I do believe it's not going to be a short round. I see. If it goes to decision, I believe Canelo will win.
Yeah, Canelo will win. If it goes down to decision, I agree with you there. I think Canelo might take it.
Yeah,
he might take it.
If it goes by decision, but even by the knockout, I do not believe it's going to be in the first couple of rounds.
No, it's not.
I do believe
it's gonna be a lot of studying, a lot of controlling the center, a lot of it's gonna be a lot of like impact action. There's gonna be a lot of contact with that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a fight that we all like. I think
everyone will enjoy it, definitely.
Yeah, I'm excited. I really am excited for this fight.
Yes, it's gonna be huge contact. It's not gonna be one of those tap run Mayweather type of style fights. No. That's right. I said it. I'm not a fan of his. I don't care.
He's not truck meat boy.
Yeah, exactly. But I honestly feel like it's gonna be Canelo overall between the 8th or 11th round. Knockout.
I couldn't agree with you more. Whoever it is, I believe is going to be going down on that round.
Hey, but hands out to Berlanga because, he's going to fight the champ. So that's got to say something about his career.
I agree. I agree.
It's got to say a lot about his performances these past couple of fights he's had.
I agree. And the question, like you said, is he the one to take down the champ?
There's a reason why they call him the chosen one. So we might get an upset this weekend.
Actually, I think he calls himself that. Or do they call him that? Really?
Well, that's his nickname. But if he calls himself that, then that's bold. That's bold.
That's bold.
That is bold. But
Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll find out if he's the chosen one this weekend.
Yeah, the chosen one to get knocked out.
Or the chosen one to be knocked out.
Yeah. Go Canelo.
Well, I mean, like you said, Canelo's he's nobody to push around.
No, he's not. He's not.
Nobody to push around.
But
so.
at the same, it's like one of the said, never underestimate your opponent.
Yeah, but that you see, and I think that's comes with the veteranship also that I like about Canelo.
Yeah,
because he doesn't talk smack. He doesn't. I don't think he ever underestimates his opponents.
No, he doesn't.
And that's what I like about him.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, like that's why I was like, I don't like people that talk a lot of smack.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, it gets to people. That's what people like, and that's what people want. Talking smack.
Mm-hmm.
But Canelo's not one of those people. I mean, he starts talking when you start talking.
Yeah.
And I like his puns. I like how he says things.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Don't worry, I'll keep."
but the thing is, like with Canelo, like, he's the only one that sounds threatening, mucho. Like, in broken English, he still sounds deadly.
I feel like his voice is like you don't find it threatening, but coming from him, it's still threatening.
Well, because you know, like, oh, okay, yeah.
Like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna mess with that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, nonetheless, he's a fearsome fighter.
Yes,
Canelo,
definitely.
I mean, it's gonna be a great match, and I don't feel like he's gonna be no pushover again in this match either.
Yeah. So you agree between the 8th and the 11th round, Canelo?
I go more for Berlanga because of his advantages, but it wouldn't surprise me that Canelo also.
The bout might end during those rounds.
Like I feel like it's gonna end around those with a knockout. Like I said, because both of these fighters, they're gonna be wanting to go for the knockout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
And these are fighters that are not gonna be going towards, like the decision making. They want want to go for the
knockout.
TKO.
Yeah. They're the type of fighters that carry out on the shield type of thing.
And I carries more weight, I believe, with Canelo because, like we said, I feel like if we go to the decision, it's on Canelo's side.
Yeah.
And for me to say that, I feel like that's me giving him a lot more props because if he goes to the decision, I believe he'd win, and he doesn't. He wants that knockout.
Yeah, definitely. Well, my brother, we'll wait and see this weekend how it turns out.
We'll see.
Now it's time for our favorite segment of the show. Ponte pilas. And ese es mijo.
Who needs to put their battery pack? Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
So, my brother, may I get a drum roll? Hey, by the way, what do you like first?
I say bad news. I was like going on a good news. I like good news going on.
One day you'll be like, give me good news. I want to leave sad.
Maybe if I got depressed. I got a test this weekend. Maybe.
All right then. Well, drum roll, please. And this week's Ponte Pilas Award goes to Justin Verlander of the Houston Astros. Oh man. What can I say? These past 4 or 5 times that he's been at the mound has been very disappointing, knowing very well that our boy can pitch, but I don't know what's been going on. That he's been on this slump as of late. That has a lot of Houston Astros fans and a lot, and the dugout worried is that could this be the last hurrah of Justin Verlander?
I hope not. Hopefully he just needs to get himself together. Hopefully he does because it's a much needed. At least right now, it's much needed. Much needed.
Could you possibly think that maybe it's an injury? I'm thinking maybe it's an injury, or he's still not fully recovered from that injury. But if that's the case, I still say, and as I said it earlier, go back to the minors, go back, recover, get your groove back, get that solid pitching style that we all know and love. And come back because honestly, the team needs them.
Yeah,
19 games left in the regular season,
and we could definitely use
each one's important. And we've had a tortured, horrible, not horrible. We had a real troubled pitching this season. That's plagued us, but we managed to make it through. But
let's finish it.
Yeah. Let's finish it strong. Hopefully, you recover. The next time you're at the mound, which I think you'll probably be during this A's,
this
series, and if that's the case, hey, come back and hopefully he comes back solid and show that you still got it.
Yeah,
I believe so. We believe that you still got it.
I believe he's definitely going to be a very useful tool to have, a pitcher to have for these last games and for the playoffs.
Yeah, but for now, man, ponte pila, Justin Verlander, because yesterday, that was rough. That was rough.
Just take it back a notch, relax, and do whatever's necessary to get back on the mound. But good.
Yeah. But on a happier note, the SS Nico Award goes to. We'll both tap it. We'll both tap it.
Oh yeah,
because it's a tie, baby. Why? Because the NFL kickoff, not just the Houston Texans, but the Dallas Cowboys proved to be dominant football teams of Texas by winning both their openers.
Exactly.
Oh, solid.
Both solid wins.
Both solid wins.
On the Texans, the Colts, they're divisional rivals. That's a win that goes in the books.
There's a lot of bad blood between both those teams.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And getting that head start on that division, that puts you guys on top.
Yes.
Definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's your competition, to be honest. That's the Colts are your competition.
Yeah, and not only that, it had a lot to prove yesterday with the solid team they formed. With the rookie quarterback who had an amazing last season, went to the distance, went up head-to-head with the experienced, strong Baltimore Ravens. Yeah. They came up short, unfortunately, but a lot of injuries and a lot of inexperience is what probably did them through. But now this is a whole new Texans team.
It is a whole lot, and it's strong,
solid. Just tighten up that defense, tighten up that offensive line, and we're looking at the same position, or even at that, going to the Super Bowl. It's too early to predict, but if they honestly,
it's looking very bright.
Yeah, if they pick up that momentum that they had, that fire that they had, I predict solid results.
They just need to tweak those tweaks. They just need to tweak it right now. Whatever they need to go ahead and tweak. But nonetheless, like you said, the Colts are their divisional rivals, and they're the team that they need to watch out. And they got that upper hand already on their side. Nonetheless, on the first game, on the opener.
Yeah.
So it was a much needed win. And nonetheless, it was a season opener.
Yeah, definitely. And same thing goes with the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys, although it wasn't a divisional win, it was against the Browns, which were the number one defense last year, and that speaks on my behalf of the offense, because the offense was a big question. A lot of people had doubts, and a lot of people had negative things to say about the Cowboys, and especially because of all the changes. That line really showed up. Dak made good plays. CeeDee Lamb, amazing as always. And Zeke, keep on hurdling, man. Keep on hurdling, man. And I feel a lot better having Zeke with those short downs.
Yeah.
Because that was 1 yard. I'm like, I love having Zeke there.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Look at that red zone touchdown at the beginning. We got it.
Definitely.
We got it, because I'm like, last year, what happened? What was? I mean, we just couldn't get those.
We just couldn't.
We just couldn't get those short yards. 5 yards. We needed 5 yards. We couldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
What's going on? So that makes me feel a lot better. Zeke did good. I mean, the start, it has to be, the defense is just amazing. I mean, they just awesome. It makes me want to cry.
But no, it was solid all around. Both our teams, they both showed up, and they both have a big chip on their shoulder, especially the Cowboys, with the way that season ending game with the Packers win.
Yeah,
they're coming in. They're coming in to prove a point. They're coming in solid. Solid.
They showed up. Yeah, and yeah, a lot of negative things that came out. And a lot of people are looking at them at a positive way.
Yes,
and they're looking at the Cowboys a very different way. A lot of people. As a fan, I mean, we were realistic. We always talked about the problems. Honestly, it was a lot better than I expected. The offense and the defense. I can't believe I'm saying that. That they actually look better than they did last year.
Yeah,
the defense, but nonetheless, they do.
Yeah, definitely.
That's great, and a great thing.
Yeah. So now we're looking forward to the second week of NFL football. And hopefully our Houston Astros and Texas Rangers dominate these last 19 games, and we get another Texas showdown, as we all do
it's
enjoy
close
and
to
love.
it's close to happen. Both
to
imagine both if both of them happening.
I know
That'd be awesome. And it'll probably
Harmony.
What? It'll probably happen around the same time.
I think so. Because
week 11. Well, I mean, it's pretty far though, but nonetheless, I mean, if it does happen in the playoffs, I mean, you never know.
No, you never know.
You never know. That'd be exciting. Imagine.
Oh yes, the little Texas Civil War going on.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. We'll probably get a better view later on, of course. Once the playoffs
of course.
start, we'll probably get to go ahead and see if that's close or maybe on that week.
Oh yeah, but the March to October is almost come to a close. October's almost here, so we'll wait and see.
Oh.
Well done, Freddie, my brother. That wraps up another awesome episode of Tailgate 956. Once again, I'm Rene Garza Jr.
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
And we'll see you at the next tailgate.
Boop, boop.
Let's go get a bite, brother, because I am hungry.
Oh, tell me about it.
Oh, man. Amazing Sunday.
Great Sunday.